From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
I'm Mitch LAGGE. It's not very often that you meet a 17-year-old interested in politics. Coming up, I'll introduce you to a Carbon County girl who organized a political education session for her friends.
Homeworkers here in Montana are waiting on the Build Back Better plan. I'll have more coming up.
Happy Monday, Southwest Montana, right at 6:30. Chet Lehman, Matt Elwell, and happy birthday.
Montana's
132
birthday.
years young today. You never looked better, by the way.
That's right. It's
Happy
beautiful
birthday.
all the way around.
I can always remember what year. I can always remember how many years. Because Lynn and I got married centennial years.
Oh,
so
there
I know
you
it's
go.
32 years,
if you can
So
do simple math, you're in good shape.
That's the only kind of math I can do. Thank you very much. I can do simple math with the numbers you have on the board over there.
Yeah, that's all it is. Temperatures are coat weather.
Hat.
12 degrees this morning in Butte, 13 in Wise River, 16 in Phillipsburg, sitting at 19 degrees in West Yellowstone. Mainly clear skies. That'll help push those temperatures pretty quickly into the 40s for the afternoon. Your day planner for Bozeman, low 40s. It'll cool quickly. Remember that sun goes down over the horizon a little earlier. It comes up a little earlier for now. Temperatures are going to be warming up as we head through the day today. Tomorrow, we'll talk about a big cool down on the way coming up in just a few minutes.
I've heard others use that as a sales pitch. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work? You're
No,
not
but
sold.
Thanks anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
6:31, our top story this half hour. This past Tuesday, some parts of Montana, all-time records were set for off-year election voting. It was thanks in large part to a huge increase in registered voters over the last 18 months. A lot of those are from the youngest demographic. Our MITCH LAGGE saw the Get Out the Vote efforts firsthand this past weekend.
If you think that teenagers aren't interested in politics, well, you haven't met 17-year-old Sarah ANDROLIA of Bridger. Over the weekend, she organized a listening session with one of Montana's congressional candidates and a group of her friends.
Politics are really a part of everything that we do every single day. You know, a lot of regulations and stuff come from politics. A lot of the things that we talk about are political, stuff like that.
ANDROLIA brought together 5 of her friends at a pizza shop in Bridger to have them learn about voting and convince them to register if they were of age. Gunnar Madison traveled from Billings and got registered to vote that night.
Haven't registered to vote yet, and I know I need to, and I feel like it's really important for young people in this day and age to get registered to vote and let their voices be heard.
Do you think you'll be more involved with the political process now?
Yeah, now that I'm registered to vote and I'm learning more about how political theory works, I guess, then yeah, I'm gonna be a lot more.
The group of 6 teens heard firsthand instruction on voting from Carbon County Election Administrator Mackie Boleen. The group also had the opportunity to hear from Jack Ballard, a Red Lodge Democrat who's candidate for U.S. House in 2022. ANDROLIA said she wants other teenagers to get interested in the political process that on some level impacts everyone.
So I think because it's such a big influence in our lives, in the way that we go to work, in the way that we go to school, stuff like that, I think that young people especially should get really involved with it.
Is it tough to get some of your peers interested?
Sometimes. Well, my strategy today was actually free pizza, if you didn't notice. But, you know, just kind of relating it to the things that they're interested in usually helps. Sometimes it takes you a couple more years to get interested in politics, and that's okay too, as long as one day you get with it.
3 of the 6 teens at the event filled out their registration cards to receive a ballot in the next election. In Bridger, Mitch LAGGE, MTN News.
Nice job, young lady. I love that. 6:33 now. In other headlines, paying federal taxes should get you access to federal programs like food stamps or Social Security insurance, right? What if it didn't? For millions in Puerto Rico, that actually has been the case for decades, since the island is not an official state. Our Joe St. George explains how the debate over fairness is taking center stage at the Supreme Court this week, and how one case over a couple $1,000s could change policies for millions.
By now, it's clear the country won't be adding any more stars to the flag anytime soon. Efforts to make Washington, D.C., as well as Puerto Rico, official states have stalled in Congress. However, while D.C. citizens still have access to many government programs that citizens of all the 50 states enjoy, Puerto Ricans are ineligible for many. Take, for instance, Supplemental Security Income, SSI. It's a program that helps Americans with illnesses or disabilities get by. Those who live in D.C. qualify for it, but those who live in Puerto Rico do not, even though people in both places pay federal taxes. Why? When Congress passed SSI decades ago, they didn't include the island. Well, the debate over the rights of Puerto Ricans will be front and center at the Supreme Court this week. The case is called the United States v. Valle Madero. Oral argument arguments are on Tuesday. It's about a man named Jose Luis Vallejo Madero. In 2013, he moved from his home of 28 years in New York back to Puerto Rico, and when he became ill, he filed for SSI benefits. If he moved to, let's say, Florida, it would have been no problem. But when the Social Security Administration learned where he moved, they cut him off from the program and demanded he pay back $28,000 worth of benefits he'd already received. The Biden administration is split on this issue. The president has issued statements calling for Puerto Ricans to be covered by government programs. There can be no second-class citizens, he said. But President Biden's Justice Department has done the opposite, actually arguing against Puerto Ricans in court. The Constitution vests Congress, not the courts, with responsibility for making appropriate changes, attorneys wrote in legal briefs. While the High Court is not expected to issue an opinion on this case for months, the outcome could dramatically change what Puerto Rico's 3 million-plus residents are entitled to, potentially making government programs even more costly to American taxpayers since more people would be eligible to enroll. In Washington, I'm Joe St. George.
6:35 back here at home this morning. Roosevelt County Sheriff's Office investigating a shooting at a casino that left 3 people dead. According to the Sheriff's Office, it appears to be a double murder-suicide. All 3 people were known to each other. Happened at the State Line Casino in Bainville just before 5:30 Saturday. The name of the 3 people killed have not been released. Bainville is in the northeast corner of the state. Fairview Culbertson are just 15 miles away. Now, home care workers go into older people's homes and help take care of them. It can be an overlooked and difficult profession. Dan's Edgar Cedillo talks with one caregiver who says they're hoping passage of a bill could make that job better.
There has been ongoing discussion in Washington on how much to spend on President Biden's Build Back Better plan. Anna VOLKERSZ, a home care worker here in Bozeman, says waiting is costly not only for her, but her clients.
It takes a special person to do what we're doing.
It's what Anna says she was born to do.
We help take care of seniors, elderly, disabled, developmentally disabled also. We're getting a lot of more mental health clients.
But with the pandemic, Montana's high cost of living, and a worker shortage, Anna's not sure she can keep up with her calling.
Because we're getting tired.
Yeah. Have you seen a lot of burnout?
Yes.
How's that been?
I myself have even thought about it.
Anna says she and her home health colleagues are holding their breath, hoping that Congress passes the president's funding package so that her and her clients can keep getting the care they need, and so that she and her coworkers can get paid more as they take on an increased workload.
Too is like the lower wages and not being able to afford living here. It's like we don't have as many people that are coming to work.
As Montana's population continues to age, there are around 2,000 people on the wait list to receive at-home care. If Build Back Better passes, they would be able to hire more people like VOLKERSZ and receive the care at home.
So that's a big deal, is trying to bring those people on.
In the Build Back Better plan, an estimated $150 billion would be allocated for healthcare. Of that, $400 million would be used to help pay healthcare workers more as they take on a bigger workload.
But it would bring in more training to make people realize that this really is a professional job.
Anna says she hopes people in Washington think about that as they cast their votes.
We're taking care of people's lives.
In Bozeman, Edgar Cedillo, MTN News.
All right, thank you very much, Edgar. 6:38 now. We're going to take a quick break.